welcome back to the channel, back to me faffing about with what I want to read. So, summer. Finally there's summer here in Iceland, and I want to try and challenge myself with some of reading. It's gonna be interesting because so far this year has not been half of a reading year I would have liked. I haven't really read half the books that I've been intending to read, so need to pick up the pace. So there are several challenges that I want to put for myself this year, and a few that I want to get to in the summer, because I mean, summer is a really nice time to be reading, so hopefully I will manage to read a little bit more than I have so far. These three books I want to read, not particularly because I think they're good, and I realize that sounds daft. Why read books if you're not thinking that they might be good? It's the Jason Parkin Writing as David Wong trilogy, the John Dies at the End trilogy, you know. John Dies at the End. This book is full of spiders. And what the hell did I just read? With I mean, there's humor in that. There's definitely. The thing is, I've read reviews that are not that raving, and that point out potentially problematic things regarding the author, and take that with a grain of salt. The thing though that I've really noticed is, for the most part, people have talked about the idea of these books being really interesting, although not executed in a fashion that, I won't say intrigued, but you know, executed in a fashion that impressed them enough. So I pretty much decided to get these books, A, because I'm curious about them, and also B, what it is that makes people say that they aren't as good as they could be, because the premise is really interesting. It seems to be about, she says not having really read them, they're apparently made to be confusing, which I believe was a thing back in the day, particularly, and they seem to be about like aliens, time, thingamagic, all sorts of things. Also, something called they don't want you to read these books, and just reading the books or knowing that they exist means that they now know about you, which is a thing. So yeah, I pretty much want to read them to learn from them. If they are better than the reviews that I saw, then fantastic. If they are exactly what the reviews said, then I will still learn from them. I will learn what not to do. Also, I'm just curious. This summer I also want to read a little bit of classics. I kind of want to read maybe the Bronte sisters, because I've had that collection for a while, and I think like Gavin is gonna be reading them this summer, so I maybe if I can bend my brain around it. But another classic that I decided in the beginning of this year that I want to read is Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe, and that's because in upcoming November I will be participating in NaNoWriMo again for the third time, and I'm thinking this is months ahead, and there's always a chance that plans will change, but right now I'm thinking that I want to write Robinson Crusoe in space. But of course, in order to like write Robinson Crusoe in space, I would benefit from reading the original. I did, at the same time as I bought that copy, pick up Catherine Frank's Crusoe, Daniel Defoe, Robert Knox, and the Creation of a Myth, which is about Daniel Defoe, who was the author of Robinson Crusoe, Robert Knox, who may very well have been a very big inspiration for the story, and how it all came to be, like why Robinson Crusoe. And I am very excited about this. I'm not sure if this will actually inform my writing, but so another thing that I really want to get to reading this summer is more of thrillers. I still have Lucy Foley's The Hunting Party, which I got last year and still haven't read. I want to read it. And then I got her second book, I think her other book, The Guest List, which kind of follows the same theme. Group of people, isolation, murder, who is the killer and who survives. I also picked up Francine Toon's Pine, which is really intriguing. So it's a gothic, literally gothic thriller that was shortlisted for the Bloody Scotland Crime Debut of the Year. Oh, this one took a little hunting down. It's Travis Baldry's Legends Lattes. Got this copy from Barnes & Noble, which I just learned that they ship to Iceland, so I said it took me a little bit of hunting down because I wanted this cover. I wanted the original version of the cover for this book because I could get the other one, but it wasn't as pretty and I wanted the pretty cover. And then there's Samantha Allen's Patricia Wants a Cull. So I really want to get to reading more of thrillers and horror this summer. I want to try. So I've got here 3 books that I want to read for a separate video. I got Stephen Graham Jones' The Last Final Girl, Riley Sager, Final Girls, and Grady Hendrix, The Final Girl Support Group. And I will leave you to wonder what the theme of that video might possibly be. I also picked up Grady Hendrix's Horror Store, which is basically I don't know, a parody or commentary on the American, I'm not sure, but it takes place in a very, very IKEA-esque store that is, I think I read in a prologue or somewhere, I think it's called Orsk. Yeah, Orsk. Which is a take on IKEA. I mean, if you couldn't tell by the yellow and blue and the very, very iconic cover. I love the cover. The front and the back, just gorgeous. And yeah, so the story takes place in an IKEA-esque mega store that is American through and through. The American take on the Scandinavian design of stores. And things happen. I'm very excited about this book. Another video that I want to get going this year is about thrillers. I've got Dolly Parton's and James Patterson's Run Rose Run. Love the sprayed edges. Got this from Waterstones. I've got the Apollo Murders by Chris Hadfield. So a very famous country singer and an astronaut. And then we got State of Terror by Hillary Rodham Clinton and Louise Penny. So with this video idea that I've had for a while, and we'll see if I manage to get to it, is thrillers written or co-authored by various famous people. So yeah, this summer theme is pretty much going to be me trying to do my best to read more horror and thriller and crime. Got some cozy crime books that I want to get to. I've got a big pile. This isn't even halfway. I've got like, let's see, A Spoonful of Murder, Pen Dipped in Poison. I've got How to Kill Men and Get Away with It. I've got The Cat Who Caught the Killer. I've got Middle Game, which I think is more psychological, maybe not so much horror, I'm not sure. I've still got some books like How to Kill Your Family. No, lots of books. And when you have a lot of books that you want to read, you should maybe try and get to reading them. But I also have some palette cleansers. I've got Dr. Yuki Hattori's Japan's Leading Cat Doctor, What Cats Want. Because it's adorable and it's about cats, and I love cats. Currently cannot have any. more speedy. So I will just have to resort to reading about them. Then I got Judith Robinson's and Scott Pack's Literary Cats. That is a book about cats in literature. And then I got Cat Poems by the World's Greatest Poets. Look at the eyes of the kitty. Very lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely cover. And the poems. So yeah, so like more horror, more thriller, more poetry, more. I've also got like non-fiction, like about fungi, about what do you call them? Like little pools by the ocean side. I've got books on the alphabet, on the English language. Like honestly, there are so many books that I want to read, and I'm really hopeful that I will manage to read some of them this summer. So yeah, that is basically this video. I am challenging myself to read more, because like I said before, this year so far has not been my reading year, so hopefully that will get better. So I'm challenging myself to read more. I'm challenging myself with some video ideas, so I'm giving myself this challenge for myself to try and meet. And yeah, keeping it varied, keeping it, you know, mixed up, so hopefully I will read some more. But yeah, if you watched this far in this video, thank you very much. That really does make my heart very, very happy. And yeah, so I will hopefully see you again in some other video of mine. Hopefully there's something on this channel that interests you. I do have some more videos about books, about reading, also about writing. I am getting more and more into that. Mainly the biggest reason why I haven't been reading as much is that I've been trying to write more. But yeah, that's it from me right now, so I will hopefully see you again another day. So, until then, take care. Bless.